tell me a little bit about the 200-hour teacher training?
The 200 course gives the ability to the students to teach yoga. This course is very, very practical, so during the course the teachers really teach a lot, and then in the end of the course they're ready to teach. We can say the course is divided into two aspects of yoga. One is how to teach and know the asanas, the postures inside out. They're getting tools to put hands on, to correct. They learn the variations of the different asanas, the postures, because you can't really teach the same posture to everyone in the same way. Some people are flexible, some people are stiffer, some people have some limitations, some are older, younger. So it's an art to find the variations for each asana, for each posture. You learn anatomy, you learn communication, you learn everything that helps the teacher to give the best class ever. But then there is the other aspect, the spiritual aspect, that it's very important for us, because for me and for Pepe, my husband, we don't see yoga as just a physical practice. So you can force spirituality on people, but you need to serve them, and then every student takes as much as they can. So we have the actually practical practice, how to teach, and then the spiritual aspect of how to use the practice of yoga to elevate and expand your consciousness.
And what style of yoga is it?
So we teach traditional classic hatha yoga. It's not a vigorous yoga, because we found that when people do dynamic yoga, first of all they lose a lot of prana, a lot of energy, and the traditional yoga is very meditative. Still a workout, but we move very slowly from one posture to the other. We stay in the postures and then we meditate in each posture. There is a lot of emphasis on the breathing and safety. And for teachers, it's very important that they have a style of yoga that they can actually teach beginners, because most of the students out there, they are beginners and they have a lot of physical limitations. So if a teacher learned a very vigorous gymnastic kind of yoga, they can teach beginners. And I teach my teachers the art of welcoming beginners into the world of yoga without injuring them. So classic hatha yoga in vinyasa style, in a flow style, with a lot of breathing and a lot of awareness to being in the posture. And the most important, and that's our motto is, we don't work with pain. We said no pain, no pain. Unlike in the West that it's like no pain, no gain. So we really teach people to do yoga with fun and not suffer.
And how many teachers are in the course?
So it's myself and Pepe, my husband, and he brings a whole other dimension to the course because he's a musician too. And in the high level of the practice of yoga, there is a lot to do with frequencies and with vibration, and that's what mantras and sound, that's what they give us in yoga. So I teach the practical, like a mother teaching the students, and he brings all the goodies, like the father, and teach a lot of about sound.
And what does a daily schedule look like?
So usually the day starts from in the morning in a yoga class where the students, they practice yoga but they teach as well. And then the day divides between learning the asanas, so practicing the asanas and teaching the asanas, and as well anatomy, the yogi lifestyle, spirituality, meditation. It's really big, the course is it's a lot of information, but very practical. The whole idea that nothing stays just as a philosophy to our students. If they would like to make the change and become yogis, they have the tools to start to change their life. So it's you practice and you study and you practice and you study, and the whole day go like a dance. It's about 8 hours a day, but it goes very quick.
And what kind of certificate do you get at the end of the course?
We recognize by Yoga Alliance that this is the international organization now that gives the stamp to schools that are, they check them, you know, and they find that the level of teaching is very high. That means students can, with our certificate, they can after get certificate from Yoga Alliance and they can teach everywhere in the world. So we're not limited only to one country.
And can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your background?
Yeah, I am 51 years old and I started yoga when I was 14 years old, so I am really practicing for many years. I travel throughout the world following yoga. I started to train teachers when I was 20. My life is fully dedicated for yoga. That's what I do, and it's not really even for living now because, you know, we are running a beautiful, large center in Israel and all the classes are free. So that was a dream of mine, to create this center where people can come and do as much as yoga as they want without any limitations about money, etc. And the way it works is the funds from the teacher training that we get, we just shift it to the yoga center. So actually anyone that takes our teacher training supporting this beautiful center and allow many people to take yoga for free. So sorry, so I am teaching yoga and Zen. That's me and myself and Pepe. That's what we really dedicate our life to, the practice of yoga and Zen. So my yoga is different because we are combined the Zen aspect into it, and I found that my mission in the Zen world is very much to keep the spirit of yoga, because the yoga in the West now becoming very circus-like, very competitive, very gymnastic-like, and I just would like to keep the spirit. It's a long tradition, you know, thousands of years, and it's important that it won't get lost in the fast-paced lifestyle of the West that impose it now on yoga and create fast-paced yoga that has a lot of injuries into it. So I can say I love what I do, and teaching yoga and practicing yoga is my life.
And after a month of this training, are students ready to get into a classroom and teach?
Yeah, you see, there are many courses that people just do yoga from morning to night, and it's great. But if you do yoga all day, it doesn't mean you know how to teach it. It's the same like you can play the piano and be genius on playing the piano and be really bad teacher. So in this course, I really put the virus of teaching in their blood, and from the fourth day, they're starting to teach. I just throw them into the cold water, and they teach and teach and teach. So in the end of the course, I usually kick them in the bum and say, you have to go and teach now. Don't cool down. And they just go and teach. So we have a very high percentage of our graduates that just start to teach right away. Because the course is not just theory, and then you end it and you say, wow, now I have to teach. They already taught hours in the course. And it's nice to teach in the course. It's a very relaxed environment. Everybody loves each other. Everybody support each other. So it's a good place to learn, do the mistakes. I'm mentoring them when they teaching. And then by the end of the course, they're fully ready to go and teach.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.